Alright, I'm going to go over here and take a walk around the side of the house. If you look up here, you'll be able to see the antennas up top. That's a Leard BR4 for the low band system, and a I don't know, a Comet UHF. Here they come out of here. There's 4 coax feeds going inside, and then they end up there. Probably not the best shot of it, but let's see. That's the antenna. Over here, see this green thing? Believe it or not, that is a $3,000 or $3,500 antenna. It's a low band antenna that used to be on Mount Washington in New Hampshire. So that's that was a big find. One of the guys that I know gave me a copy of that. Gave me a piece of it rather. And I'm gonna end up retuning it and putting it up on one of our sites. Alright, so anyways, we go downstairs. Place is a pit because there's 14 projects going on at once. We got a lantern project going on, countertops, and a bunch of other stuff. Tons of radio gear, systems that are going to go up different sites. This is a low band to UHF repeater. And I got a huge amount of racks going up into other systems, including these are all the link radios I was telling you about before, the CDM Series 750 UHF link radios. I think I got 14 of them. UHF max tracks, low band max tracks, and Maratrax are the low band 110 watt Maratrax, which I have a ton more of. This is the ones I was telling you about, the UHF 8. Most of these are 8 channel. A bunch of microphones. Over here, a lot of the stuff that's being sold on eBay. Maratrax, 7 more of them. These are all for infrastructure for all of our systems, including all the speakers and control heads and cables. A bunch of stuff over here too. Simplexer systems, repeater controllers, stuff that I'm going to keep. I do have some other things that are probably going to go on eBay that really I don't have any use for. Something that you guys might be interested in is actually a simplex controller. I think you guys would have a lot of fun with that. It would extend the range quite a bit on your whatever system you decided to go on. And it's legal on amateur and commercial. Here's a bunch of parts from Maratrax. Again, I got 15 projects going on at once, so there's materials everywhere. Alright, the studio. Here's a BR4 base station antenna for low band. Now, this is normally about 15 or 16 feet tall. It's all collapsed down, but it's a pretty heavy duty piece of material here. It's a good piece of work. And over here, there's a beam. A UHF Yagi, and that's what we use for to link the sites together. So all the sites are low band, and then it gets oh, another repeater over here. This is ridiculous. Most of the stuff is going to be out of here in the next 4 or 5 months. All right. Anyway, let's go to the computer. Alright, so the computer is set up on, it requires DOS. Okay, so let me go over a couple of things with the GP first. Okay, so this is the GP300, a couple of them. When I was mentioning the case of the GP, I was talking about the housing for it. You can see with just a screwdriver, make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, if you just put a screwdriver in here and don't pinch the gasket, you can take the volume control antenna off, take these right out. Speaker and everything are right in there. So this is essentially the GP300. The P110 uses exactly the same frame. In fact, this fits into a P110. Now, this is a P110 that was modified into an extender repeater for a vehicle. So this is what I have in my vehicle. If I plug this into the back of the Motorola and the Motorola CDM in my vehicle is programmed correctly, this will function as a bidirectional repeater. Now you can see that these two are the same. This will fit right inside here, and as a matter of fact, the software, if you know how to do it, you can force a P110 to be a GP300. You can see that the cases are bigger and they don't look as handsome. That was intentional, I'm sure, on Motorola to try to sell more GPs. The GP has many more features than the P110. P110 is a very basic radio, but like I said, you can force a P110 to become a GP. There is 16 channels, 8 channels, or 2 channels available on a GP, whereas the max on a P110, I believe, is 6. It came in a 2, 4, or a 6 version. Like I said, though, you could probably force any of these to be GPs, although I tend to not recommend doing that because there's other limitations too. In fact, they put a stop. They put a physical stop on the volume control to stop it at 6, but the reality is if the stop was removed, it would go all the way around to 16. But you have to the radio has to be recognized to be a GP with 16 channels in order to program it. Okay, so like I said, this can be popped out of anyone, and this is actually what the GP is, the GP300 or the P110. And they're extremely close. They use the same software and everything. So this case can be put on any one of them. I don't have very many of them, and they're not as popular as they used to be. They seem to be pretty rare online. All right, let's zoom in here onto. I'm gonna pause this.